Hello, footies, and welcome back to FUT in Review, episode 659. And I know we're probably one of your favorite football ultimate team podcasts, because else, why would you be listening? Anyways, I'm your host, John, and we had two Johns today, but due to technical difficulties, we thought one would be enough now. So, to balance that out, I've got a special guest, and I mean a true guest. It is Artiom. Welcome, Artiom. And I know you usually run your own show at the special Art of FUT show, but today you get to sit in the passenger seat. So try not to mess with all the radios too much or all the audios button to get John kicked off again. How are you doing, Artiom?
I'm good. Thanks for inviting me, John. Good evening, all. Good evening, foodies. And I just hope that I really won't break anything.
Yeah, you broke John's audio, so maybe that
I
happened.
did. I did. Sorry, John.
Anyways, it's going to be a duo show today. So, welcome, Artyom. Um, Today, we are diving into Future Stars number two, who is living up to the hype and who's just food fodder. And I'll also be sharing my week with Robin van Persie. Did he make me feel like the prime version from Arsenal, Feyenoord, Man United, or was it more like his Fenerbahce career jog? And finally, we are introducing something special, a quick fire quiz to test, in this case, only our chum. So get ready for some laughs and some wild guesses, all that and more in today's show. Let's get this show started. Archum, welcome back. Recording on a Friday, which is very different than things we used to do. How have you been, and have you seen all those responses from the Art of Foot show we did last week?
Oh, I did. I did. And I'm very happy that our show is being talked about. So the questions, the comments, let them come in. Let them come in, and we'll try to answer every question that you guys have. And I'm very happy that you guys listening to the show.
Definitely, we are. That show will be available on your YouTube channel next week, I think. Just for this once, because we think there's lots of post patch talk which we should be talking about. So, and also for your dedicated audience. And we'll be back, of course, with a February version of that as well. Archum, we always start the Friday show with something special. And last week, Danny was here, but this week I have him on audio to introduce the next topic.
This week in Football Ultimate Team.
In this week in Football Ultimate Team, we rate our weeks in foot from 1 to 10, 1 being really poor, 10 being really good. So, Archum, what is your rating for this week in foot, and what has been your highlight or your absolute nightmare this week?
You know what, John? I actually surprised with that question. I wasn't expecting it, and it's very hard for me
Just
to rate because I'll give it 10 because I'm resting from game after the grinding very heavily during the team of the year. And if it comes with the content and everything, like it's very hard to top it or after the promo that we just had before. But I'm glad that we have a slower weeks right now, just a little bit slower, right, with the content, with the stuff, with the objectives to do. Uh, and I'm enjoying that time to recharge my batteries right now. I played the weekend league. I was just one game away from another ranked one, so it was pretty good week for me. I'm gonna skip the topic about the rewards because there was nothing to mention about, like nothing special. But I don't play for rewards, so I enjoy one thing with the current promo, and that's Evo that you can make with your own. You can make your own icon actually, right? You have to do in a specific order all the objectives to apply the playstyle pluses, weak foods, whatever. It just takes some time to do it, but I'm enjoying. I'm so attached to the players or cards that I'm using in the game that I spend time on. That I choose and I worked to improve them.
yeah, so I get what you say, and again, I think evos are so convoluted, and especially when you say you have to do it in a specific order when the sun is at a certain time of day and stuff. It's just a little bit too much for me. But who are you evoing then? the selection
Uh,
of players you got
you know
last
what?
week?
I decided to go with the Simeone because it's no specific reason. Just he suits my team, right? I mean, with the chemistry and stuff, with the La Liga team a little bit. So that was the reason. I was looking also for attacker, and I liked his initial stats on a card. Maybe not the composure because it's very low. So I just hope with the final upgrade, it's gonna be a little bit upgrade coming from for that stat. But I like the aggression on a card. Those attackers, the aggression. I that stat is not. I mean, it's some people don't look at that stat, but for me, it's very important for those jammy things that we are speaking about. Jammy things in a box of the opponent. They're just making more animations sometimes for me than they're just attacker who doesn't have that aggression stat boosted.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Um, you say it's hard for you to rate this week for yourself. I think for me, it's really hard to rate this week because I have played FC25, but I've not played FC25 as well. I know that sounds weird, so let me try to explain. So Archum, I have not played FC25 on my Xbox or PlayStation this week.
Okay.
That is, I only played the old gen FC25 this week for a
Ogen.
couple of matches. Old gen, yes. And I'm actually calling
Why?
it old gen. People said current gen. Current gen is new gen, guys. Same. So I played the old version of the game
Okay.
because there was apparently, and I completely missed that because I was so busy. Apparently, this happens every single year for the last 3 years, where there's a movement going on saying old gen of game is better, shadow patch the new game, etc., etc. And I was like, I'm getting too old for this, which I probably am. But I decided to take it a little bit easy this week, play some other games, try to relax a little bit more, get out of the office a little bit more. Um, but then I said, I am sort of curious about that old gen version now. Is it actually better? Is there something changed compared to last year, or is it still the same game? Artyom, it's still the same game. I
Nothing
played
changed.
about 6, 7 matches. Do you know last year, the year before, and the year before, you can just do a lob and shoot from the lob, green time it into the goal. It works. It
Still.
still does. First match, I won 6-1 because I scored 6 lob balls into the goal. And my opponent was like, hey, let's try that again. Like, try that as well on the other side. And that worked as well, but I already scored 6, so he gave up. Um, I know you went 14-1 week league, like we said on the previous takes of this show. I think you go 15-0 if you just lob and just shoot. And the one who shoots the most wins this game. There's no stopping it. The animation don't allow it to manually block it. The animation doesn't allow to you to actually interfere with this, nor move your goalkeeper in time to actually do anything about this. So it's just, I think it was a broken game. It's still a broken game. Same with crosses. You know, the coquetta into cross, and that still works. You can still do that on old gen as well. So no offense if it's the only version people can play. I mean, that is what it is. But I do think that if you have the option to play the current gen version and PlayStation 5, the Xbox, or the PC version, that version is far superior, especially after the patch, to anything that came before this.
Well, I
Just my
have
two
to admit,
cents,
I
but
haven't tried the Ogen this year, and I was going to actually before the patch. I was a little bit tired of the game that we had before, and I was planning to just download and try the Ogen for a change, just for a fresh perspective. Even if it's an old game, like you're saying, I don't mind. I just wanted something new. So sometimes I told you that many times before. I just change the camera just to have a new perspective wherever for the game,
pro mode.
yeah, it worked for some time. But we got that patch, and I'm not saying it's a new game, but it's like totally different game. Maybe not totally. It's also too much of the word, but it's different game. Let's just be honest. It's different game, and I'm enjoying it right now. I will stick with the new gen so far, but I do understand why people are saying that may say that old gen is better. I mean, it's faster because there are not so many animations that like you have in a new gen. The everything stays like, when was it? FIFA 2021. Nothing changed from that time.
Well, they introduced, of course, playstyles and stuff, but
Okay, okay.
yeah, but
But basically, it's a squad updates, and the graphics is like you mentioned that to me are not that bad, right?
no, I do think it. The I do think graphical, it's really not bad. No, it's
Okay.
not like you're looking at an N64 version of a game or anything like that. I do think there's some upscaling going on, but no, that's pretty. You can see the difference mainly because in the actual FC25 this year, you also have ray tracing shadows and stuff. So especially colors, HDR, shadows looks way better. Uh, But it's definitely not a bad looking game either on the old gen. So gotta admit that. No, but I don't think if you own the new version, you should go back. And I've said this a couple of times before, and I will get a lot of hate again this year about this. I tried not to say anything about this, but some reason this week has been people have been very vocal towards it about this. I think you should try the weekend, try to lop and score, lop and score, lop and score, and see one if you get bored, and two if you can get a 15 and 0 on old gen as well.
I might try it. I might try it. You know what you're saying to our listeners to not go back to Origin. If you want to guys try it, just go ahead, right? Like
Yeah, sure. I
for
mean,
two, just go ahead and try it. It's just like for a future, if you are like thinking about playing whatever, improving in the game in the AFC, there is no reason at all to go back to Origin. Like for like a long period of time, there is no reason at all. I mean, it's the difference is huge between those two games.
yeah, yeah. It does. It did feel a lot more similar to UFL though, which I've been playing as well over the last
Okay.
couple of weeks, which I've said a fair amount about as well. It's far more basic. I think that's the biggest difference. But the same as in UFL, you got certain ways you can score and you will score, and that's same in the old gen. But hey, that was my weekend foot because, um, like I did from Persia, but like I said, I literally took a little bit of a break, um, because well, most of the day is consists out of doing FIFA stuff and FIFA content, talking to people about FIFA, and then if you want to play FIFA at night, it has to be some relaxation as well, which sometimes it's just good to step away for a week. I will play this week though, because I got a 4-4-2 setup ready to go, which I'm eager to try.
Okay.
And of course, I got Roman from Persie to actually try and give a proper review for him. Although his 79 stamina, I think, is definitely something that I might feel. But it's good that we have so many strikers on the bench. And today brought us a SBC, which I probably will have to do in the form of Pirlo. I think art, which makes
I
me
had a feeling you're gonna say it. It's
yeah.
your
Well,
player. I've seen it. This is BC, and I'm like, okay, John's gonna love it.
I have to. Shall we talk about Pirlo first? When we talk about content,
Oh,
normally
go ahead, talk about the Pirlo. It's like the I think still I know that the second team is released today, 2 packs, and then some players 2 objectives. But I think this is the main guy.
I hope so. I think so. I know so.
What do you think about the price? I don't think it's like scary.
The price, I think I did Roman from Persie, and then people were like, "Why did you pay 600K for from Persie?" I was like, "Oh, was he 600K?" It took me 5 minutes to complete it. I actually didn't check it out. So if from Persie 600, Pirlo 500, I think that's fine. Although I'm not sure this is one of those cards which will stay in your team all year. Artyom. That's
Well, you know, we are looking at stats and stuff and etc. But sometimes the cards like play over the stats. Like, you know,
yes,
he may surprise you. Like every pass is gonna be uh so assisted. Let's say
yeah,
that you know you're
fair.
gonna say, hey, no, I'm keeping this guy till team of the season.
No, I think 500K is about right. He's got 5-star skills and 4-star weak foot, which is the same as a regular, which I think I also have. Yeah, it's a regular same as the same. Um, yeah, I mean, dynamic image gets a +1 for me. Talk about his rules: deep lying playmaker plus playmaker plus. He can also play CDM as a deep lying playmaker plus, which I really like on players, just to drop back between the center defenders and get the ball in their feet. And he's got holding plus on CDM and CM. What do you think about the rules? Fine,
Uh,
right?
Rolls are great. He's highly upvoted, I think, like what 80% to 20. So
Yes,
it just
more even
really,
now. Yeah.
really people liking this SBC. I know there are gonna be a complaints about not having any defensive playstyles.
Yes, although he's actually never been a real center defensive
No,
midfielder.
no, I
So
think for people who are using any setup with three CMs, maybe two center mids and one cam, whatever, he's like he should do the job. Maybe the people who are struggling defensively in this game in a setup with the two CDMs, you may notice those playstars are missing time to time, but still he has a great stats if it comes to interceptions, defensive awareness. It's like up there, so he should do the job.
yeah, I think the face stats say he's 83 on defense, but if you look at his actual defensive stats,
Yeah,
he got 87 defensive awareness with 93 interceptions, which that's uncommon to say the least. What I really like about this card, of course, his dribbling is amazing with his 97 composure. Awesome passing. I mean, engine gives him passing maxed out, I suppose, something like that. Yeah, pretty much. Engine gives him 99 passing, except for crossing, that will be 98. So, probably good to give him an engine, I suppose.
I think
Um,
people will still go for Shadow. That's like my opinion.
yeah,
Boosting the pace and as much as they can the defensive stats.
yeah, I would
So
go for engine though.
just keep in mind whoever decided. I know John is probably going to do this SBC, but whoever is doing this SBC, just keep in mind why you doing this player, why you want to have this card. This card is, as his role says, playmaker.
Yeah,
So use him accordingly. What he has the best in him.
give him
That
the ball, let him make some
that's the
space, and
match.
then make a pass.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. This is why and of course that ball. If you're missing someone who can shoot the any free kick, that's your guy.
Yeah, he won't miss. At least might be safe, but there's a lot of free kicks going in, I think. And I think free kicks are definitely still stronger than actually taking a penalty. Don't know about you.
Yeah,
I score
sometimes they
more free
are
kicks
right.
than penalties. So,
Sometimes they are. I agree.
so I think that's definitely a weapon. I think 96 stamina. I think the speed is pretty good. I mean, I quite like this card, and I will do him. I don't even know. One of the guys on Footbin says Rome wasn't built in a day because they didn't have this guy pass them bricks. I think that sort of sums it up. I
This
really
kind of
like
seems
this
to be
SBC
really
Archon.
good. And one more thing. I know you guys all can see this, but it's an icon. It's an icon. I mean, why I'm saying this? If you need some boost for chemistry in your team, he will help you with that also.
Yeah. So I
So
got this
this is
90 rated version, and I was switching him around with I think Schweinsteiger in midfield next to, of course, 94 Zidane, a center midfielder. He'll probably take that center midfield play away from him, I think.
I'm probably gonna skip this. The reason why, because I'm so stuck right now when it
Yeah,
comes to
you're the
midfield.
Evos.
Evo, it's a one thing, but don't forget that we got the Freezy done,
Which
and
is next to Pirlo
it's
in my
my
team.
favorite card. It's my favorite card, like from every EFC game or FIFA even before. And I packed the Bellingham, right? So I'm stuck there. So for now, I'm not looking for improve my center mids or CDMs positions so far. But either way, it's a great card.
Definitely. Um, I
We
think,
also have one more SBC player.
yes.
It's a Rogers, Morgan Rogers, from Aston Villa, and we can choose one of two players. One of two. We have two choices basically, or it's going to be a cam, or it's going to be left wing, left mid player. So the funny part is, I think we had good evolution with him for his team of the week player recently, and right now we are getting the SBC for future star players. So the one who probably did the Evo, they can skip this one. But still, I think it's not a bad priced SBC. just under 200k.
But is it a
So
good card?
it is a good card. It's like I'm looking at stats, and he has the right stats basically for Cam. He has the right stats if you choose for left wing. I'm just thinking if I choose would which player would I choose over here, and I cannot tell you basically. I know the finesse shot and technical. It's just like two playstyle pluses are just so like good and meta in game, and probably would go with this one. But it's still not the
Uh,
card that I'm gonna do myself. But whoever is looking for any left mid or cam from Premier League, it's your guy.
yeah, and that's what I think the left midfielder is the one you probably the most likely to pick because he can also play cam.
Yeah,
And the cam version you can also play striker, but I don't see it's a real striker if I'm honest. And the left midfielder with the finesse shot and technical does work. Honestly, I considered him for just a sec, but I got the Centurion Son on left midfielder, which meant like, okay, now I'll stick with Son, right? But 4-star, 4-star, decent. I think good SBC, good, well priced. Nothing wrong with the card on its own. On midfield position, although he's a cam, of course, and on the CM, I prefer Pirlo much more. But then again, he's more than twice as expensive. So
you know what? Before the content drop today at 7 p.m., we also had the player of the month from Premier League, Clivert.
yes, but that's not Premier League, right? Or is it easier?
It is. What do you mean it's not?
Okay,
Here we go.
you're right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's back to the
And
Premier
I'm
League.
just
I'm
comparing
sorry.
those two players, and the Rogers is basically cheaper, not like crazy amount cheaper, but like 20, 30k cheaper, and overall looks better than the Clivert. But it all depends how the players behave.
Cloud's faster though.
He is faster. He is faster, but he has less play styles, less position changes. I don't know. It's just like I think personal preference. Whoever maybe you are more fan of Bournemouth than Aston Villa,
True,
so you will go
true.
with the Bournemouth, right, Clivert. But just to consider, you have two options right now. Yeah, basically you can do both. One play left wing, left mid, and the second one on cam.
Yeah, true. And I do think like even like Kluivert, I forgot he's actually back to the Premier League, but I think that must be the first Dutch Premier League Player of the Month in 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. To my mind, shouldn't do these stats on live shows, but probably. But he's having a great season, and I think this card is also really good, well priced as well. Just a tad different, plenty of options. I keep them coming like this. I think this is actually these are actually the upgrades Player of the Month should be, mate. Like, right? These
I
are like
agree. I
more
mean,
than
the main I don't know how they, as I said, perform in a game, so it's just hard to tell me. I'm not doing review of the cards, so but the prices like below or just around 200k with the fodder that we have basically
yeah.
collected from before the grinding. It's just three teams, three squads to do. I think
Even I can
every
do three squads.
if you are looking for that player, you basically can do it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to cost you basically anything.
No, and like even I can keep my focus for three squads. So that should be fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's not 20, right?
No, oh mate,
Yeah.
still
But we
find it
have
very
joined
impressive.
the second team of Future Stars, and it's you know what? It's hard to satisfy our community because sometimes we complain that we're getting from each promo the same players, and
Yeah,
now we have like let's say different players, right? Young players that maybe will become team of the years in the next games, right? In the next couple of years. I like the selection. I don't mind the selection, but you guys, everybody has to understand that after getting the cards from team of the year, you're not gonna get the players or cards better than those cards. It's not going to happen to team of the season basically. So they're going to lower a little bit, and our expectations are so high we just have to a little bit drop it for now. There are still good cards here that you can use, that you can buy. The only thing that I don't like so far is just puck weight. That's why those prices of those better cards are so high.
Yeah, I've heard
I'll
that.
stop you one more thing, John. I want to say, let's compare the Balde, his special card, with the Carvajal. It's like not the Future Star promo card, but
No,
they are basically the same price. And the reason why, because we could obtain Carvajal more. There are more on the market than those Balde cards, and that's the reason the prices are similar to that. And well, the pack weight could be a little bit higher, I think.
I think I disagree on the simple
Okay.
fact that, in fact, people pack Carvajal. That there's more Carvajal on the market means people been grinding Team of the Year all out, and I don't think that's an increase of like 10%. I think 80% more people are. Even I was grinding menus during Team of the Year, right? So, and I don't think many people either have folder left because I wouldn't be like the 83 times 14 has been released this week, I think, on repeatable. I couldn't even do that because I would have to toss in two high players for it. I don't think it was worth it. And people haven't been grinding the game so hard for these cards, I think. I don't think necessarily we can say the pack weight has been less or higher than Team of the Year. I think many people were just, there was way more activity in the menus and much more packs being opened during Team of the Year, actually. If anything, I think pack weight now would be higher, but there's just less being opened. I get what you're saying, but I think that's the nuance on this one.
But you know what? Even when it comes to this team, we let's say have, of course, players. There are like I don't like to say that, but like puck sellers, uh,
Sure, sure.
Barcola, João Neves, center back Paulo, Diallo. We still have cards that people definitely want to try on. And the only thing that I always suggest is when you see the player like Andre Santos or yeah, those let's say folder cards, when they drop to like 15, 14, 16, maybe even 10,
And
11K,
Paulo Thomas is 13K now, right?
that's what I'm saying. Just get one in the team. She is 87 rated with an intercept playstyle plus, just one playstyle plus, and you might be surprised if they drop the Evo that she fits, and she'll be crazy.
Even
Okay.
if they don't pack in, like she's got fullback plus plus, wingback plus plus, attacking wingback plus plus, right? She's got 91 pace, 88 to 91 sprint speed, 90 composure. She's got 92 standing tackle with 90 heading accuracy and 84 interceptions. 84 interceptions is that high, but still good for a left back. 90 short passing, 85 crossing for overlapping. She's got 91 stamina and 85 strength, which is really good. She's got intercept plus. There's nothing wrong with this card, and she's 13K. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what I do like about these promo. There's cards which we never seen before, like the Thomas card, but also cards, and I had a different one in top of my mind, Kouassi. I think it's a right winger. So Rosamonde Kouassi, 97 pace, generally speaking, 97 acceleration, 97 sprint speed. She's got 90 attacking position, 19 finishing, 90 shot power. This is all on boosted sets with 87 composure. This could be a really annoying card to face, honestly. Great rules as well. Most positions can play left and right winger. Quick step and acrobatic. Acrobatic, I know many people don't care, but quick step is really cool. Really cool card made for like 30K.
agree.
So yeah, I think there's a couple of cards in here which you could just pick up, which will strengthen your team. Murillo was also a card I was looking at. Center defender, I think, from Nottingham Forest. Great pace, slide tackle, bruiser plus, good composure, good defending, 90 reactions on this thing. Give him a shadow, and I think he looks absolutely terrific. 99 sliding tackle as well. He
I would
is,
wait though. With I think his price will drop.
yeah,
His
I
price
think so as
will
well.
drop
But left
definitely.
footed center defender from the Premier League with this pace
Yeah,
and these stats.
but we are spoiled, John. We are spoiled because this promo comes after the promo that spoiled us so much, especially that they allow us uh, to have SBC so grindable that we're just basically every team has,
True.
at least most of the teams, let's say, has one Totti player in his squad. So it's
Not
just we are
everyone.
spoiled. That's why I'm saying. But if you are looking to buy any cards from Future Stars, in Team Two, if you wait till Saturday, Sunday evening, they will definitely drop to lower point than they're on the opening night, right? So
Yeah, that is true, and I think we've seen that happen this year all over. But like this is the thing. I don't like the very expensive player, but I quite like some of the cheaper players, which will not get any playtime. I think this is also because the promo have to keep going. There's a new promo every week. It keeps rolling. Power curve is all out of the window now, right? Just go nuts. Some of these cards are overlooked. Um, and I think it's good to have options. If you're a new player to FC Archel, you can build a really good squad for almost like
you
if you
can
have
build
300k to
couple
spend,
squads.
you can go wild, right?
You can build couple squads basically.
Yeah. And you are the living proof that team don't matter that much when you just know the basics and you can perform.
Well, I'm not saying I have a bad team, John. Like
No, but
it
I mean, you
seems,
could play with a far less team
yeah,
to
but it
be,
seems
yeah.
bad. You know what I mean? But I, when I choose my players, because you are talking about my Evo team, right? And that I'm using the whole journey of AFC 25. But I choose my players to for evolution carefully, and I'm pretty sure that not everybody is doing the way I do it. So I take 3 cards, 4 cards that I'm interested in, and before I drop them to evolution, I'm just trying them for a couple games. I'm looking, I'm watching, observing their animations, whatever, how they're dribbling, how they act, because the evolution will not change the basics of the cards, how they move on the pitch.
Yeah, fair.
That's what I'm saying. So my team is not that bad, but as you're saying, it's like definitely far from being those like 50, 60 mil teams, right? So I'm using lower ranked players, but they're still doing the job. And the funny thing is, I'm sorry because you want to interrupt me already. The funny thing is, John, how many comments or posts that you have you seen that players people saying, "Hey, I had better results with a worse team than after I bought like 3 4 upgrades for a team, and I'm doing the same or even worse."
Yeah, but that is because of, um, no, I won't say it. That's because of the game being broken, right? No. No,
Uh,
I think if you have a lesser team on paper, you feel less pressure to perform with those players. Generally speaking, I mean,
okay.
I can be very critical at Robin van Persie card. Gonna be honest, it's not the best card there's been, and I honestly don't think he should. It's a recommended SBC, right? Straight up.
Which one?
Nevertheless,
Sorry.
Robin van Persie,
Okay.
I don't think he's like the meta player should be. However, he's going to be easy in my team. Pirlo, however, I think definitely has a place, but I also see that he's not going to be a fan favorite to actually use in your team. Um, my fullbacks are just fun cards which I wanted to try. I used to play with him on Salah, which people say he wasn't good enough. When he actually got released, he's scoring like crazy for me because I tend to use these players from a certain way, which he just happened to fit, got inside, take finesse shot, right? Um, and I think having a squad or using players you enjoy using or you have a certain connection with, like you do with the Evo squad, makes up for the actually matter of stats. And let's be quite honest here, it doesn't matter if you have 90, 88, or 92 defending on a player. That won't make a difference. If you still pass the ball to an opponent, that won't make a difference, right?
Of course.
And I think I used the 94 rated goal, 95, the Berger goalkeeper, I think, the team of the year goalkeeper just last week. And sure, she wasn't as good as Casillas, but she's definitely also not going to lose games for you, you know? And if you like using those, you can definitely. I was actually thinking about using her just to get another team blue card in the team, just to have fun for it. My thing is this power curve this year, players without even good stats. I use Timber, 89 rated center midfielder. I use Timber because I'm a Finals fan, even after this week. But I'm a Finals fan, and I like that card. Sure, he's not as good as Zidane, and sure, Zidane will get the benefit and will be in the team. But I'm not losing 3 matches in Weekend League Extra because I use Timber over Zidane. Because I think still the basics you do yourself. You're still the one pushing the buttons yourself, right?
I totally agree. It's not like you're using bronze card against the gold card. It's not a huge difference.
Exactly.
And I'm saying, like you mentioned, you using Salah Player of the Month. You know how this card behave on a pitch for you. You know what to do with it. And if you are using to the full potential of whatever the card's supposed to do on a pitch,
You're good.
you will enjoy the card.
Yeah.
The card will get you results, score goals, make
Yeah.
defending plays if you need to or whatever. But you know how to use the card.
Now, hence I'm saying that if you look at the cheapest players this week again, and last week as well, there are definitely like cheap beasts in there, which are very viable, which are very annoying to use. And unfortunately, because of the rapid pace of these promotions these days, these players won't even get to be used. Most of the team, I bet there's a lot of players just going straight into discard piles. And I used the Ødegaard card from Arsenal, the 90 rated one, the light
Okay.
blue version. I forgot what's it called again, honestly. Really enjoyed that card, right? I've never faced him, ever. I think there's a lot of cards which will have that. Anyways, I think that's just one of my little bugbears. There's so much content coming out with so many players in it that I think it's also, you won't see it happen. But I just want to highly say to people, like, just enjoy the cards you think. Don't let an opponent's team take the win out of you when you face them. Sure, Mbappe team of the year is good, right? It's much better than any other card. But the gold Mbappe at this stage of the game is still a very strong card.
Of course,
So,
it is. Of course it is. And you know what? Regarding the whole promo, I mentioned that the one thing that I really like that they introduced that new evolution for that you can make your own icon, right?
mm-hmm.
Uh, I wish they could tell us a little bit more before dropping it. And where I'm
Yeah,
going with this, John, they gave us a pick right away when we opened the game or logged in to the game,
you have to
and you
pick.
had to choose. Some people made a mistake. They couldn't go back. Like they had to stick with that player, right? Then they dropped that player to another evolution that made the card like not a future star anymore. So the whole upcoming evolutions for that specific card is gone for them. So uh, not everybody's gonna make their icon, unfortunately. But where I'm going with this, I got the rank 2 with one game just lost, and I was using the whole weekend league Simeone, the
Yeah.
card that I choose. And let's remind me, it was 84 rated. 84, I'm sorry, it was 80 rated. I got it to 84, and I used the whole weekend league with that striker. Uh, and it's not because the card has great shooting, great dribbling. No, I was struggling with him, but I was so surprised by movement of that card. He was always in the right spot for me. He was making goals. He's scoring goals basically with the top hit, but he was there. You know what I mean? He was open for a pass. He never was offside. He was just making the great runs. And the reason I'm telling this is like because you really can find cheap beasts in this game.
Yes.
Don't rely only what everybody's saying.
Including us,
It's
though,
like
if you
kind
want
of
to.
football manager. Sometimes you have to go deep to find that like really young beast and just improve that.
Yeah. Talking about improving, Arjun,
Okay.
I had a new topic in mind for today. And of course, we started this show with 3 people on this show. And I just wanted to quick fire in because normally we would say it's time about we haven't Jota a clue. We did some quiz with Chris. We did some quizzes with Ingvi. But Chris been busy lately, and Ingvi has taken that little break now. So I said to the Patreon fans this morning, hey, if there is someone who can help, just send me a DM. I got a fun topic to actually play you and the other John against each other today. Well, the other John isn't here, but Adam
So
and
I won.
Adam and you won. Okay, Adam and Homer both participated in it. So big shout out to them, and let us know if you are listening to the show if this is something you would like us to do. Still, you can put that in the comments, for example, on Spotify. And talking about Spotify, before I go into the new topic, I think we have someone. Yeah, Mario, he said, I did Cruyff. He's not better than my 96 Zidane. He commented that on Spotify, but I think his Spotify might have hung because I got that message 49 times. But still, thank you for putting in the comments. We are now number one on the most responded podcast this week. But I don't think that was intended. We still appreciate it. Now, seriously, let us know in the comments if you think this is a cool topic. But I think it works better with two people. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to ask you the questions. It is true or false, or true or worse, so to speak. It is FIFA related or it is non FIFA related. I'm just going to quickly fire them to you. I might just laugh a little bit about it or ask you some details, but you can't really think. You have to say true or false right away, okay?
I cannot think. Okay, cool.
Hey, just say the first thing you come in mind. Is it true or false that Cristiano Ronaldo has been in Team of the Week in every FIFA since FIFA 11?
True.
That is true. True or false? A group of owls are called a parliament.
False.
It's true. Of course, as non-native English speakers, that's something. And do you think it's true or false that labradoodles have webbed feet?
False.
It's true.
But
Bonus: true or false? Is it true or false that it took Adam 5 attempts to get the train home from work today?
that has to be true.
It's false. It only took him 4. Only 4 times. Oh man, I feel for you there. Okay, Homer sent us some questions. Is Hypermotion 6 in FC 25?
It's false.
It is false because it's
Hypermotion 5?
yes, sir. All right. There are more than 700 clubs in FC 25.
Oh my god. True.
It is true. Team of the Year Sophia Smith is faster than Team of the Year Mo Salah.
True.
Also true. Yeah, I see. I see where your expertise lies, mate. Team of the Year Jude Bellingham has more in-game stats than Team of the Year icon Ruud Gullit.
True.
That's also true. Yeah. This one is especially for me, but HM Kane has better shooting overall than the winter wildcards Icardi.
No, it's false.
It is false, yeah. Icardi is better shot.
Yeah, he has 99, I think.
Yeah. Unpopular opinions, he says. FC 25 isn't the worst game.
Isn't the worst game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So which is the worst?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
FC 24.
Yeah. True or false? Artiom will still lose the final in Creed 25 to John.
That's definitely false.
You're not coming.
So it's false.
No, it's true.
You have to add the point.
I'm breaking into Creed here for a second because in May, from May the 12th to May the 17th, we are back in Creed with our special event week. Well, one of the 2 special events we do every year. If you're a Patreon member, you can sign up. There's a link on the Discord to sign up. If you sign up, you get a free, yes, that's true, a free stay in the Ava Mar Hotel. Of course, the flights are on you, but the stay is on us. Breakfast is on us. The 2 big meals we eat with the family is on us. And of course, we play a tournament. We're going to do some live matches. We get a special edition FUT in review event kit, which we'll be releasing very soon to see with the public. But the first draft, You see my color. I'm actually changing colors already. Thinking about it, it's so nice. Even if I do say so myself. Um, but yeah, the FC25 food and review. Um, well, hat trick week actually. I think this year from May the 12th to May 17th. Sign up if you are a patron, and even if you are the lowest tier, you're still very important for us, and that gives us the opportunity to make this possible for you as well. So go to patreon.com/food in review, and of course check out all the details and previous videos, and ask around how people liked it last year and the year before that to get yourself a trip to Crete. And if you're like, yeah, but my partner will not allow me to go to Crete on my own, that's all right. Bring her or she or him with you as well. Bring your partner. It's fine. It is a kid free hotel, but if you want to bring your partner, sure, bring him or her along. Perfectly fine. We're paying for the rooms anyways. One or two people. That doesn't matter. So enjoy. Art, you've been there with your wife, and now you're getting married. So I think that should be good, right?
Which part is good? Uh, I regret that. I'm not sure. I like let's say 70%, and I'm not gonna come to Crete this year. That would be 3 years in a row. It just I cannot recommend more. If you can find guys just 4 spare days to rest, to reset from whole life, from every like stressful things that are going in your life, just go there. You can meet us. We having so much fun there, so much laughing going on, and the EAFC tournament, whatever, it's just like part of it, right? But we are just meeting each other, talking, like creating new friendships. And regarding my marriage, whatever, I don't want to talk about it, guys. There's something in life that you have to do, and you know, and I'll just stick with it.
On behalf of the whole team, mate, congratulations on your
Thank you
engagement.
very much.
You knew I had to put it somewhere in the show, though, as well.
No, I wasn't expecting it, but okay. Next time, whatever I'm gonna just share with you, like any secrets or whatever coming to my life, I'll do it after the show.
Mate, I've not told anyone about the new kid coming. Oh, sorry. Of course, that's a joke. I'm just putting it. That is a joke. That's not something I'm aware of. So even if Artyom is now coloring all red, so it might be true,
No,
but
no, no,
it's
no,
no.
no, no, no. No, it's false.
It's false. And again, thank you so much for everyone dropping in those Spotify comments. Um, yeah, I love seeing those. These popped up on our phones as well. And if you're wondering why we're a little bit, let's call it less active on socials, um, we're in a little bit of a mix on which socials we should focus on and how we should focus on. Currently, very much looks like we'll be a little bit more active on Blue Sky at least. So check out Blue Sky, our account there. It's also, of course, food and review. We're working on a plan because, well, certain aspects has been popping up lately in the state of social media. So we're looking into that. But if you want to send us a message, you can always go to any of your podcast services. Go to foodandreview.com. Send an email to, I think, foodandreview@gmail.com. Or actually, I don't even mind if you send me my personal email is john@foodcoaching.com. Just send me a message. We'll find it there as well. So enjoy. I'm going to do the Pirlo SBC, and I will definitely be playing this week with a 4-4-2, which I will be uploading to the Patreon as soon as I find it good enough. But, well, should be good enough soon enough, I think, Artyom. Anything you are especially looking forward to doing this weekend?
um, the cards that I have right now in my team, and the reason behind it is because I want to use all of them. I'm gonna try 4-2-4 because this is the only formation that fits them all, and I'm not so scared about it. I used that in Arrivals yesterday actually, and it's not that attacking as like people think.
No, I
Like
think it's really good, actually.
it's
But
the same like as 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1. You just have two strikers, and if you set up correctly, it's you know what the advantage of it? It's so attacking. It's like the chances that you have after you get the ball, you intercepted the ball, the creation of counterattack is beautiful.
If you want to play 4-2-1-3 and you don't have CDMs, I think a 4-2-4 is actually the perfect way to go.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I prefer with the two CMs from now on. I like the two DMs.
it does help if you have Jude Bellingham Team of the Year in your team, eh?
Yeah, I think so. It does. I mean, yeah, Bellingham and Zidane are doing the job.
Definitely. Tucker, doing your job. You were terrific today, mate. Thank you for joining me on
Thank
this
you.
Friday evening. We'll be back next Tuesday with the Tuesday Club, of course, consisting out of Shaq and Nathan. And who knows, I might drop in on this Tuesday show as well if I'm able to find the time next week. And else, we'll be back next Friday with a recording. Of course, if you're not a Patreon, our shows will be live every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. UK, and on Saturday, 8 a.m. UK as well. Thank you so much, Artyom. Leaves us with one thing left to do, and that is to
Drop it.
drop it.
You.
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 You. T. T. Interview.
You.
T.